Hey.
Hi. Okay, I was really impressed about something that you said once, which is found something to always keep fighting. It doesn't matter what it is, it could be a person or a book or a TV show. Just found it and keep fighting for it. So, first of all, I want to tell you that you and moments like this are my reasons to always keep fighting. And my question is, what is your reason to always keep fighting, and what is the reason that makes Sam and Dean always keep fighting, besides each other, of course?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy you kept fighting, happy you're here. It changes, right? It changes day to day sometimes.
Yeah.
And you'll be inspired by a song, or a sunset, or a rainbow, or a piece of art, or a friend that calls you, or a spouse, or a child, or a parent. So I think one of the things that I'm trying to teach myself, I feel like life sometimes tries to beat me over the head with it, and I'm trying to, some things I learn very quickly, and kind of go like, oh, got it, and it clicks, and I move forward. Some things I'm very thick-skulled, but one of the things that I'm having a really fun time learning is that life surprises me every day. And something makes me sad every day, something makes me happy every day, and I try to just focus on the latter and that which makes me happy and inspires me. Days like this, frankly, it's y'all guys. I'll meet people with a smile or with a handshake or something, and I just go like, how pardon my French, how fucking cool. Like I'd never, if not for this weird TV show, I'd have never met any of you guys, nor this guy, nor the rest of the guys and gals back in the green room. It's like a really cool blessing. And sometimes you get so caught up in your job and your responsibilities that you don't look at it for its face value and go like, I remember being a 13-year-old kid in middle school, like dreaming about being on Home Improvement or something. I could be one of those brothers, going like, I could do that. I love acting. Like, I want to tell these stories. I want to be JTT on the folders of all the little girls. And I have dimples too. So it's neat that every now and again I get so caught up in like, oh, I'm jet lagged, I'm tired, I hope I don't disappoint somebody. Oh, I don't know my lines for today. Oh God, I have to do a scene. Oh, I'm doing a fight scene but my back is sprained. That I forget like what a cool blessing it is. So just trying to remind myself that every day I can find something new to fight for and be appreciative for is kind of what's exciting me right now. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thanks.
Something, there's also a lot of inspiration in our lives. We have beautiful wives, we have amazing children, we have great friends, awesome family, awesome extended family, and there's a lot that you can really be inspired by. When it comes to the day-to-day work of it, getting up in the morning early to make your set call and to get there, even though you worked all night last night and you're tired and you might be sick, and he and I have been doing this for a pretty long time, as most of you know, and at this point the network and the studio kind of look at us and they're like, we're going to keep going if you want to keep going, kind of a thing. And it's almost gotten to a point where we don't have to do this. And I wake up in the morning, and when I feel like I don't want to do this, or if I feel tired, or if I feel sick, I think to myself, you know what? I don't have to do this. I get to do this. And that's, I think, a sentiment that he and I both share, and we're very fortunate, and we're very humbled by the daily inspiration that we get. So, you know, that's where it comes from. Yeah.
First of all, congratulations on completing 12 seasons.
Thank you.
So my question is just about the process from you get every episode idea and turning that into script, then script to shooting the episode. What are the stages you go to? Is there any hurdles, difficulties? I mean, maybe getting a script approved or anything like this, the things you go to in order to get one episode done, which are brilliant episodes.
Thank you. There is quite a process from a conception of an idea to it actually making it on screen. And it starts with the writers in the room pitching ideas to each other and coming up with a kind of a broad idea of where they want to take the story, where they want to take the characters. And then they start to get individual ideas for specific scripts.
Yeah, it would be like, I think, like as a pretend example, it'll be like, hey, one of the writers goes, hey, wouldn't it be cool if Sam and Dean went to a haunted asylum and had to save the day? It's like, that is cool, figure it out. It's like, okay, well, why is it haunted? Okay, maybe it was they were doing human testing.
Right. So then the writer then goes kind of back to his office, his or her office, and they start putting together essentially a breakdown of a general concept of the script and how it's going to go. Then that writer then goes to Andrew, Dab, and Bob Singer, and they give them a pitch of kind of beginning, middle, and end of the script. And thank you. Is that red apples or? I think it's red. Red apple. Fuji. That's it. What's the kind of the apples that? Honey crisp? Honey milk? Honey crisp? Honey? No. Is it Honey Crisp apples? Oh, so good. This might be that. So once they then pitch to Andrew and Bob, and then they say, okay, yes, we like that, write up the treatment. So then they write up basically an outline of the episode. Then they submit that to the studio and the network. Then they give their approval. Then it goes to script form. So then the writers have to sit down and actually hammer out all the dialogue and all the stage direction and everything that goes into the script. Then they'll pepper in
like the through line. Like if the through line for season 12 was the boys find out about the British Men of Letters. The British Men of Letters ultimately decide that the American hunters need to be nixed. So they'll work in a few scenes. That's why a lot of times there will be an episode that doesn't have a lot to do with the mythology of the season, but then there will be Sam and Dean, like in the Impala, going like, hey, by the way, you talked to Mom yet? You know, and it's like, well, that kind of came from nowhere.
Yeah, so they keep the long storyline. And so then once it gets approved by Studio Network, then they make the production script. And it's still going through kind of moderate rewrites throughout this whole process. Then we up north, is it sour? It might be green apples. Then we get the script up in Vancouver, and it goes into, and then we start breaking it down. Then the production team, you okay? You gonna be all right?
I'm blowing fire right now. I'm a fire-breathing dragon.
I think this is the fermented juice. Anyway, then we get the script, and the production team then assembles, and they have their concept meeting. Okay, we now have a script. How are we going to make this live action? So, and I know this from directing. It's a bit of you're given a puzzle that you essentially have to put together, and you have all of your department heads, from special effects to makeup to visual effects to transpo to picture cars to stunts to art design. all of them are sitting in one room and we're all going through the script page by page, line by line, and saying, how are we going to do that? And then we all put our minds together, we figure out, we get an idea, or get a game plan together of how we're going to do that. This is all happening in 8 days of prep. Then it goes into prepping all that, location scouting, casting, building sets. All of this happens before we ever roll a camera on it. So then we get to shooting it. Then it takes 8 days to shoot that episode. So now we're going to these sets that were just built a week ago. We're driving this car that they rented for the day. We're working with this actor that has never seen the show and all of a sudden is like, I don't know what I'm doing. It's like, all right, just stick with us, you'll be fine. Yeah. Yeah, we had one guest star who was
She might come back, so we can't mention my name.
That's true.
No, we can't. Nope.
No, we can't. Maybe one day. And so then the actual filming happens. So then once, after 8 days of filming is up, then all that footage then goes down back to LA to the editors. And then they spend weeks, several weeks, editing, adding the music, adding all the sound effects, doing additional dialogue, whatever they need to fine-tune it. Then they make a master edit, then they send that to the studio, they send that to the network, that gets approved, then it gets sent out to the affiliates, and then it goes on air.
Are you bored yet?
And that was as fast as I could make that.
I'm very thankful for everything because
There's a lot of people that work tireless hours to make this show what it is. We just happen to be the two faces that you see the most of. Unfortunately, Unfortunately, they don't get nearly the praise that they deserve because without them, we would just be two out-of-work actors. So.
Speaking of preparation, scripts that come in before you read, you get a script.
Are you German?
No.